And hello, welcome to Solo Playthroughs. We are doing our second live stream on the channel, and we are going to go to some Mage Knight. So let me flip over. Great, as you can see, I got a couple of new toys, so I'll be testing those out. Chat will be active tonight. It'll be manned, or woman-manned, I should say, by my wife, because she is awesome. I will not be able to see the chat as I go. Obviously, she will draw my attention to things as I need to see them. And we will go from there. There is a 15-second delay. So anything that you see happened 15 seconds later than real time. So I will not be able to respond immediately, so just be aware of that. Let's get to some setup here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to randomize my dummy player. And we are going to have the skills and the D deck of Crane. Alright, very cool. We will take this off the table. So I will get the rest of these out of here. We got Krang. We'll put his card down there. Krang starts in his inventory with 2 reds and a green.
Oh, Velos just said hello.
Hey. What's up, man? Thanks for joining.
And Victor.
Alright, very cool. So I'm going to get the terrain deck set up. So we have our 14 countryside tiles between the base game and the expansion. Just going to randomly take 7 off the top here. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Alright, now I'm going to get the countryside, I'm sorry, the core city tiles. I only need 2 of these, and there are 5 because there's 1 for each color, and I do throw in Volkare's camp. I will completely randomize this, so I roll the die, number 5. I need a second one, number 1. Take those 3 off. We're going to randomize the core non-city tiles. We need 2 of these. And so I have 6. I rolled a 2, so I take that one, and I rolled another 2. And I will go ahead and randomize these because placement of those core tiles can make a major difference in how difficult this game is. Because if the last city is the bottom one on the stack, again, that's that much more movement and things that you're going to need to potentially have to overcome to get to the end. I rolled a 6 and a 5, which isn't helpful, and another 5. There's a 2. I rolled a 6, so I'll take the last one. I rolled a 1, so I'll take the first one, and that is our terrain deck. Alright, put this over here. Now we are going to shuffle the spells. So as it says in the title, we're going to be playing on a 7-10 difficulty. Again, the initial recommended setup for this game is a 5-8. So 7-10 is 4 degrees of difficulty higher, because you can go up 1 at a time for each city. Our spell offer is going to start with Charm, Offering, and Flame Wall. I love Flame Wall. Flame Wall, that flame wave effect at night is a really, really strong spell. So I have my eyes on that already. We're going to shuffle the advanced action deck, which I guarantee I will call the skill deck at some point during this playthrough. But it's the advanced action deck. We're going to put this up here, and we're going to get our starting advanced actions. We get Explosive Bolt, Shield Bash, and Pathfinding. Now, Explosive Bolt's probably my favorite of those, and I'm definitely going to want to take that one because I do not want Krang to get a dual color card in his deck right in the first day. That could be a problem if it ever comes up, because then you would be pulling cards for 2 colors of crystals, not just 1. So we're going to shuffle Krang's 16 cards. Make sure there's 16 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So he's set, and I do want to get his figure out because I use that as a reminder of sorts for declaring end of round. So
Ex-Huntinator says he wants to see you play a Dawn of the Zeds.
Dawn of the Zeds. I don't even know what that is, man. Cool.
I will find out.
Great. Alright, we have our artifact deck. I'm going to shuffle this. definitely try to get 1 or 2 artifacts a game if I can. That's why I love Monastery so much. That will go. Oh, I will throw that across the table and then reset it, and I'll put a stone on there. We have some mana crystals. We have Krang's skills, Krang's player token. I'll put the player tokens there, and we'll shuffle both the skills. I already have 1 of Norowas' shields and 0 on the reputation and 0 on the Fang track. Here's Norowas' 10 skills. There's I rolled the dice for the source. Great roll there. We got a blue, a green, and a gold. So very happy with that. Won't get much better. And we are now going to have Krang's skills. Oh, of course, we're going to flip that one over. So let's reshuffle this real quick. I doubt I'll take any of Krang's skills. The number 1 skill I take from a dummy player is normally motivation. So when I pick Krang or Bravelar as one of the 2 dummy players, or the dummy player from one of those 2, I generally don't find myself that interested. Dummy players because I really like Arethea, that wound management skill. Tovak has some really nice combat skills that can really help round out Norowas. But
Alvello says, don't burn any monasteries.
yeah, no, the monastery's gotta go, man. They should know. They should know they're in danger. But yeah, we'll see. If I get enough dungeons and I don't roll black or gold, then maybe I can forgo the monastery. Well, the other thing about Norowas too, he's so strong on influence often that you do want to be careful you don't prematurely burn down a monastery when you could have actually gotten a nice benefit out of it. Alright, so we're going to put the unit offer in place. We have our Utum Guardsmen, our Illusionists, and our Foresters. So everything is set. We're going to move this over a little bit, shuffle our D deck, and then we can get our initial 2 terrains on the board.
Greg, do you know what this means? Is the stream capped at 480p?
Oh, I don't know.
What does that mean? I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't exactly know what that means. If there's a way to fix that, if that's a problem, let me know. Puppet Master can be strong, that's for sure. It's a little tricky, a little mathy, but yeah, I agree with that. Everything else is shuffled. I do know there's some, talking about just the quality of video, I have set my overhead camera to not autofocus and not auto expose because it was making it so bright. I have ordered some photography fabric to try to diffuse the light to get rid of some of the glare issues I've been having, but that hasn't come in yet. It'll be coming in this weekend. Alright, great. We have these 2 countryside tiles going in play. We get 2 monasteries. Woo! Alright, my lucky day. So we're going to get 2 advanced actions from the advanced action deck. We get agility and Blood of the Ancients. They are both in the unit offer. Now, one of the mistakes I've realized through these playthroughs I make a lot is that when I burn down a monastery, I don't always remember. So I started using a die to indicate how many advanced actions should be in the unit offer. So we have 2 advanced actions there. We're gonna need. We have a dungeon over here. We got a blue mine. We got some 2 magical glades, and then 2 of these ugly dudes. So we're gonna put a marauding orc on a play. Some diggers. Diggers are alright. They're the only annoying thing about diggers is the first thing that you kill is that they only give you 2 fame, so that you can kill something and you don't get that level up that you really want. And then we have our orc summoner, who I will likely try to avoid at all costs because it just adds too much variance the first day when you're not sure you'll be able to deal with whatever monster gets summoned. So I think the natural path here is gonna be maybe go to this mine, kill those diggers, and then try to go to that monastery. There's nothing to recruit, but maybe nothing great to recruit. I mean, illusionists are really nice, especially if you get Volkare. The ability to prevent an unfortified enemy from attacking is nice, but we'll see. They're not my favorite units ever, especially with this land.
They can already see the smoke from a distance.
Truth. Alright, so we get noble manners. Alright. Great. Maybe I'll take the illusionist. I'll go to the monastery first, recruit, and then I can go from there. I don't know. We'll see. Crystallize, mana draw, stamina, and march. Oh, I got no combat. Alright, so we're taking great start for sure. We're going to take 2 more cards. Wow. That's a little rough. And we're going to take... Crane's going to roll a die. He rolls a 6! We took a 5 and we still go first. Clean living, kids. Get my mic a little reattached here. This is getting away. Alright, cool. We are now gonna go here, get those player order tokens out of the way, and then let's see what we can do. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go to that monastery and recruit the illusionists because they cost 7. And I only go to the blue. Nah, let me kill the diggers. I'll get them out of the way, and I could always recruit the illusionist afterwards. And that's fine. But again, recruiting the illusionists aren't going to help me burn down the monastery because they won't take any part in such shenanigans. Because that's how they roll. They're good people. We're going to then play stamina. March. There's so much planes here. I'm not that worried about saving up all this movement. I still have both my swiftnesses, so I'm gonna just move 5, get into these hills, and I should be able to get determination. And we have the advantage that we went first. And then I'm gonna play this to get a green mana token. I want to leave the blue in there because of just knowing what cards in my hand, but I want to make sure I have access to a green in case I get concentration. So I'm going to end my turn in the mine. We get rolled the green. I'm going to get a blue crystal as well because we ended our turn in the mine, and then we'll just take care of the diggers on the next turn. So not the most exciting turn ever, but I think it will pay some dividends. We're going to now grab 2. There's the extra 2 influence I could have used last turn. That is for sure. Ranged attack's not going to help. I might just take a couple of wounds and I can use the influence to heal myself in the monastery. So if I provoke an attack, that makes some sense. So Krang's turn, he gets a white, a red, and a green. We're going to peel one off because he has 1 green crystal in his inventory. My turn, I'm going to use the swiftness to get moved 2, provoke an attack, just as a matter of turn efficiency. I'll take my 2 wounds. That's fine. And then we're going to power the rage with the gold mana. We get attack 4 that way. That's enough to kill our diggers. We get 1 reputation and 2 fame by diggers. Didn't level up. We're going to keep these cards, and then I can get 7. Ooh, I'm gonna have to. I might just heal 2, and then if I get the illusionist, I do, and if I don't, I don't, which I'm fine with. And actually, if I heal 2 using Noble Manners, then I'll be able to level up like I wanted to because I get the +1 fame. So I don't actually get any more cards. I'm at my hand limit. Krang's turn, he gets white, and a red. 2 more because he has 2 red crystals. So he went through his deck a little bit faster the first round, but that's okay. Now we're going to play Noble Manners. We're going to power it with the white die from the source, influence 4. I can get 1 point of healing for 2 points of influence. So I'm going to heal 2, and since I used influence during interaction this turn, I get +1 fame, get the level up, and I get +1 reputation. So it's a nice way to backdoor into a level up. We are going to now draw. Sorry, my mic thing keeps getting in the way here. I'm going to roll this die. It is black, obviously not useful. We're going to get any rewards. We don't get any, but we do our level up. So we're going to do the top 2 skills of Norowas' deck. I get motivation. Thank you very much. We're going to put 1 of Krang's skills in the skill offer. Nice. I'm going to also drop Threaten because I don't see any point to have it. I'm not that enticed by any of the any of the advanced actions, and I'm really not that excited about the illusionist. So let me draw up the 5 this way. 2, that's 3, 4, and 5. I have 3 cards left, so I might as well. I can probably siege. Yeah, I'm going to burn down the monastery this turn. So I'm going to use my motivation skill, and I'm going to get a white mana. So we have to do Krang's turn before I go. 1, 2, and 3. It's white. He has no white crystals. My turn, I'm going to seize the monastery. So we're going to lose 3 reputation. So 1, 2, 3. We're at 0 on the left end of 0. And then we're going to pull a Mage Tower Garrison. It is an Ice Mage. Woo! All right. So here's the issue. I would need 5 block. I would need 10 block. I'm sorry. I would need 5 fire block, or I would need 10 physical block to block that ice attack. That's not happening. I could actually, yes.
Elvelo said, here, look at Elvelo's comment. Read it out.
Yeah, I definitely see that. Oh, I did forget the advanced action. Good point. I don't know what I grabbed last. I'm going to take Explosive Bolt. I already said I was going to take that. That's a good question. This is a mess. I think it was this, because then I was talking about how I could defeat them all because I had the right cards. So then this would have been here, and then I grabbed those 2. I think that was right. But yeah, thanks for catching me on that. Again, the illusionists are alright. I don't love them. I probably undervalue the illusionists, but I definitely could have had concentration. I knew it was coming up. But I'm happy to be where I'm at now. I wish I had one of my swiftnesses. Actually, I could kill this dude with a ranged attack. So here's what I can do. See if I can get the mana for it. If I have this white, I can actually block it, I think, which is bananas. I have the green from there. I can use the green and the black. Raise attack 3. Yeah, I think this will work. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play Mana Draw. Oh, I need another red for block 2 more. That's the attack 6 I'm going to need. So let me just do this math real quick. I need that. I have a blue here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to power Mana Draw. I'm going to turn this into a red. So it was a black in case I end up taking this back. I'm going to get 2 red tokens. I'm going to use the 1 to power improvisation, discard march. So that is a block 5. I'm also going to play determination for a block 5. And then I'm going to take the green die from the source. Remember, I just took this as per the terms of the card, so it doesn't count for my using a die from the source this turn. And I'm going to power concentration, which allows me to get the stronger effect of rage +2. So I managed to actually take no wounds, which is pretty amazing. And that goes away, and I get 5 more fame. I'm at 3. I get to 8, which means I can level up, and I will take my my extra shield. That goes away. This does not get re-rolled as per the instructions on the card, and I rolled the green, and that's now a white. So let me not forget to take my artifact, as I am prone to do. We are going to put a shield on the monastery. Then we are going to, we already did the level up because it was just a shield. It was pretty easy. All right, Tome of all spells, discard a card of any color. Use the basic effect of a spell the same color from the spell's offer without paying its mana cost. Oh, I needed to replenish the advanced action offer as well. Chilling Stare. I like that card a lot, actually. Discard the stronger effect of Tome of all spells. Discard a card of any color. Use a stronger effect of a spell the same color from the spell's offer without paying its mana cost. I really just don't love that card because you're so dependent on having the right spell in the spell offer at that time, and who knows what's going to be there in 3 rounds. I do like having at least 1 card that gives me unlimited black, or at least access to 2 or 3 black mana. So I'm going to take the Diamond Ring, and especially Norowas, who loves his white mana for noble manners. I'm a fan of that that artifact for sure. So we are good there. I'm going to draw up to my hand limit. So I actually have 4 cards. Krang's going to play his turn. 1, 2, and 3. You know what I should have done? During the combat last turn, this was in my hand, I could have taken a wound to get a white and a red crystal. So there was no reason not to do that, because I knew I still had rejuvenation. So Krang declares end of round. Well, he's going to declare end of round next turn, and then my turn I'm going to use rejuvenation to heal that wound I just took, and then play swiftness for move 2. I'm going to play Diamond Ring to get a white crystal and a white mana, which obviously I'm just going to toss, so I won't even bother taking it, and then get Fame +1. So I end the round with 9 Fame and 4 crystals in my inventory. So that's a really strong first round that I'm pretty happy with.
You could respond to Elvelos. They don't hear me. Say it out loud.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. No, I think that tome's good. It's just, it's kind of like Magic Talent, you know. Speaking of which, I have a playthrough coming out in 2 weeks where I used Magic Talent 3 times and forgot to play the mana cost each time, so that'll be fun for you guys to see. But yeah, it is what it is. I'd rather just get the spell on my deck. But I guess it could become like a, you know, Swiss Army knife, and you can use what you need at the time. So that could be pretty strong too, I guess. So I'm going to add Shield Bash to Krang's D deck to get him up to 17 cards. We're going to add a white crystal to Krang's inventory. And we're going to get rid of Charm. Definitely want to find a Mage Tower to try to get that Flame Wall. We're going to get rid of these 2. We're going to move these down. We're going to take the top 2 and put them over in the unit offer. We have Training and Frostbridge. Not exactly tempted by either of those. Stout Resolve, really like that card. And Mana Bolt, also like that card. We are going to get rid of the 3 regular units. We are going to add 3 new regular units. We have Guardian Golems, Scouts. I was really hoping for one of the Monks. Man, I just don't love these cards. I mean, Scouts is probably another unit I undervalue a little bit, but I'm okay with that. We are going to roll the source. We get a white, a blue, and a red. Another good roll. And then we're going to draw up to our hand limit of 5 to reset our motivation skill. 3, 4, and 5. Alright. Yeah, I think we just explore. I mean, do we bother trying to burn this monastery down? Probably. Who am I kidding? That would take my influence down to -2. But hopefully there's a couple of orcs in our near future, and we'll be able to take care of it that way. So let's get our...
Wait, you may have an issue. Only tell them you're addressing them.
Oh, yep. I did it again. Alright, so Frostbridge, Stout Resolve goes back. Thank you. I put the die there and still forgot. That takes talent, kids. Alright. I mean, if you guys want to watch me play all the time, this is great. So much easier. So, I'm going to... I have no obvious... Sometimes, like, preparation isn't great for me right now. So I think I'm going to save preparation and sparing power for the next 2 rounds. Hope I don't roll a 6. I'll be okay if I roll a 5. I really don't want to roll a 6. Mana Surge isn't that helpful. Long Night's not helpful. I'm just going to take From the Dusk and go first. And we'll see what I roll for this dude. He rolls a 5, so sparing power is still in play. I'm happy about that. So let me play some movement, I guess. Alright, we're going to move 4. See what's doing on the next countryside tile before we make a decision about the monastery. Ugh, this is a bare bones tile. Alright, we got a village. I still don't want to mess with those freaking orc summoners. We have some ironclads, which aren't much better for a dude that doesn't have a single bit of non-physical attack yet either. And then I'll just go to the Monastery. Great. I'm gonna drop Threaten, roll this, it's red, and we're gonna draw up to 5 cards. 1, explosive, 2, and 3. That should be good. I am going to use motivation. It's a little early for it, but I have cards to use it. And determination and diamond ring. Okay, and I get a white mana. Krang's first turn is a red, a green, and a green, and one more because he only has 1 green in his inventory. And I think we burned 2 reds, which could be a nice long night for us, although we'll probably get through our cards pretty quick in that case. So I can get 7 attack, 9 attack if I need it. I also can get, I can do that, I can do a bunch of things. Get a white crystal from inventory, I already have this. Do I might need that card. Alright, let's just burn them in the Monastery. If I take a wound, I take a wound. I still got rejuvenation on my deck. So, Mage Tower, I'm losing 3 reputation. 1, 2, 3. I'm at -2. Oh, the summoners. Gross. I just need 1. So why is it twice I don't get a swiftness when I want it? Do I have swiftness in my deck? I swear. Did you guys see it last turn? That's fine. Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with this. So we're gonna pull a monster. So we're not gonna be able to beat it during the range phase. We're gonna be attacked by a werewolf. I swear, sometimes, if you guys have ever seen The Cabin in the Woods, sometimes when I play this game, I swear I'm playing The Cabin in the Woods. It's just like werewolves and illusion. It's such a random conglomeration of enemies, and I love it. I'm not gonna be able to block the werewolf because it's 14 points of block because the dude is swift. So bye-bye. I take 3 wounds because he's attacking with a 7. My armor is a 3, and now I just need the 6 attack. I'm going to play. I'm so good with white mana. I'm not even gonna bother with that. I'm gonna play Explosive Bolt with this white, and then I'm gonna play, or even better. Even better. I will. Yeah, I'm gonna do all this actually. So Explosive Blow with this white because I just want to free up some hands and some cards. I want to free up my hand for some more cards. I'm going to power Rage. That is 7 physical attack, which is enough to defeat our friends the illusionists. And then I'm going to use some special effects. I'm going to play the Diamond Ring, get a white crystal, and a white mana. Oh, but I didn't even use. Right, because I can use Crystallize now, but it doesn't matter because I'm just using a white mana, which is gross. The alternative, I know this is really min-maxy, I'm going to actually play Mana Draw using this white mana, turn this die to red, get 2 red crystals. Then I play Diamond Ring, I get a white crystal and a white mana. I can use this mana to power Explosive Bolt, and then I'm going to use Crystallize with this red mana and get a red crystal. And if you followed all that, God bless you, but I really think that was worth the 30 seconds of everyone's life. I hope you agree. I'm going to... Did I get the fan bump yet? No. I'm going to get... Did I get the fan bump for the Diamond Ring? Someone tell me that. I got the 8. And then I got the fame. I think I did a fame for the Diamond Ring. If I didn't, someone can tell me. And I'm going to get 4 more fame for beating the illusionist. It gets me up to 13. Cool. That's going to go away. That's out. We're going to not roll this die because we used it as a red from Mana Draw. So we actually never used a die from the source, which is fine. And then we're going to take all of these out and put them here. Now I'm going to get my artifact. I'm going to put a shield on the Monastery, take this die off so I remember not to refill it. Sapphire Ring's a little redundant with Diamond Ring. Obviously it's blue instead of white, but I already have the access to black that I want. Sword of Justice can be really strong. When you play this, discard any number of cards in your hand. You get attack 3 for each card you discard this way. Fame +1 for each enemy you defeat. And then the stronger effect allows you to double the combination of physical attacks, and enemies lose physical resistance. Yes, please. This is going to go here, and now we don't level up, and we're good. Cool. Speed playing. I take that as a compliment. I've definitely I admire the long playthroughs that some guys put up, and they're great. I just don't know anyone has time to watch them. But oh, and I have these 3 wounds in my hand because of stupid freaking werewolf. Right. So I do not draw any more cards, and I've already used my motivation skill, which is fine. All right. So I am just stuck here, and hopefully I pick up an influence card, and we can. Nope, no more points of healing. I've already burned that thing down. So we'll see. Maybe I'll rest with determination, and then that will give me access to all my cards as we go through. Or I'll rest. I'll throw about 2, and I'll keep 1 for when I get rejuvenation. So Krang's going 1, 2, and 3. It's blue. He doesn't have any blue crystals. My turn. I'm just gonna rest and get these 3 cards out of my deck, and then I'm gonna draw up the 5 again. 1, 2, and 3. There's rejuvenation. How you do? Krang's turn. 1, 2, and 3. It's white. A white crystal. My turn. We're gonna play stamina to put another countryside tile on the board. I'm gonna need to tilt our little terrain here. The Atlantean Empire is a kilter. We're going to put this here. We get a village, an orc, and a magical blade. These are not very exciting terrain tiles, kids. It's just like, where are my mage towers? You know, a couple of keeps. We got the orc war beasts. They're always fun. I mean, they're actually not bad. It's so funny though how many times, like, I'm not worried about them, and then I have the one, like, elemental attack in my hand, and I want to use it, and I'm, like, frustrated that I can't. But we shall overcome. I don't even think I'm going up that way, to be honest. I'm probably going to head to this village, maybe deal with these guys, and I just want to get more tiles on the board. I really want to get a core tile on the board by the end of the 2nd day, so I can have some elite units to potentially play with. Oh yeah, units. I'm Norowas, and I don't have a freaking unit yet. That's not great. But I digress. Let's play rejuvenation. We'll heal this 1. I'm going to keep these to take care of that ironclad. Great. So I'm going to pull 3 more cards. 1. Whoa, that is an elite unit. That would be really nice if they came that easily. 1, 2, and 3. That's a good hand. We're going to go Krang, blue, green, and white. 1 white for the white crystal in his inventory. My turn. I could use my green crystal. It's probably unnecessary. But no, it's necessary. Yeah, I definitely want to block that dude. He's coming in with brutal. So I'm going to power march with the green crystal in my inventory. I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter. I'm attacking him either way. So I could have gone around here and not provoked the attack, but I want him to attack. So I need to block 5. And oh shoot, that's not going to work. Because the way Sword of Justice works, I'm going to need 6 physical. I'm going to need 6 physical attack, and Sword of Justice will not allow me to do that. So I am going to actually go around and I'll kill him next turn. So I'm going to end in a village. Right, because Sword of Justice, you have to discard any number of cards from your hand to get attack 3. The improvisation is going to make me discard a card. So there I am left with maximum 4 attacks. So that's not going to work unless I... Here's attack 6, but then I will be able to block 4. So that's fine. I'm going to just pillage the village because, you know, I'll get that reputation back when I kill this dude anyway. So I have 3 cards. That works out perfectly. I'm going to end my turn. I'm going to draw one card to get up to my hand limit, and then we're going to lose a reputation to pillage the village, and we now have our final cards in our hand. Krang's turn is a red and a blue. He has no red crystals, blue crystals. He will declare end of round next turn. My turn, yes?
Albelos wants you to use a red mana.
Yeah, I saw that. I'd have to go back in the playthrough. I think I was running out of. I think I was one card short and wouldn't have been able to block him. I think because the improvisation made me discard a card, and the Sword of Justice also wanted me to discard a card, and I only had 4 cards because I used the move from for Mars. What I should have done, hindsight being 20/20, is not use my green crystal, so I could have saved that and then use the swiftness for the movement. But it's whatever; it's all the same. Now I will definitely be able to kill this guy a lot easier. So we're going to, and actually I could kill him using ranged attack. There's no point in that. I actually want to get another terrain on the board, so I'm going to use that move to another village. That's nice. Block 5, attack 6. Oh, this is great. And I'll get a fame. Everything's great. So I'm going to actually play this swiftness to move here. It's going to provoke an attack, whatever. We block him 5, so it's brutal. Would have been brutal if we didn't block it, but we blocked it. It is only attacking 4. And then I'm going to play Sword of Justice, discard 2 cards to give me attack 6. 6 physical attack is inefficient, but it is enough to kill a guy with only 3 armor. Despite his physical resistance, I get a reputation back, and I get 4 fame, and I get +1 fame because of the Sword of Justice, which gets me up to 18, which is a nice level up at the end of the first night. So these all go away. I'm going to get my level up before I forget. And we start on a village, which, you know, village, pillage, they rhyme for a reason, kids. This is so crazy. I actually am going to keep the thing that allows me to heal or re-ready a unit. I know. I'm working on that. We're going to get there. Krang's skill is I forget what it's called. It's taunt, I think. You can decrease, what is it? Curse. Now, so you can reduce 1 attack of an enemy by 1 or reduce armor of one enemy by 1, but you cannot use the skill on a fortified enemy in the range of siege phase. Fine. I'm going to grab Chilling Stare, and then we're going to move this down. Alright, I think that's the first time I leveled up and didn't forget something. Great. Krang declares end of round. Great, end of round works for me, and let's move on. So, green card into Krang's deck. We're getting a red crystal into Krang's inventory, which isn't ideal. I really want Flame Wall. Oh, I'm running out of time to get it. I need to find a Mage Tower. Bad. Wings of Wind, also strong. I love those spells, all 3 of them. It would be really nice if I had a way to get any of them. We're going to put a keep tile on the board. I should have done that a while ago. We're going to shuffle out Krang's deck. He should have 18 cards now. Oh, and I can actually set the advanced action on for 2 because, yeah, both those monasteries were taken care of the way they should have been. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We are good. Krang goes here. This comes down. Regeneration, heal 1 and ready a unit, or the stronger effect is heal 2 and ready a unit. That can be a very nice card, but I think we'll be okay with wounds the way we're currently operating. I just shifted that a little bit. That's fine. Alright, 3 more regular units. We get a Herbalists, a red Cape Monk. Where were you last turn? And a Shock Troops. Oh, it's so gross. Alright, we're gonna shuffle this. Or shuffle. Roll, shuffle, same thing. 2 blues and a black. That is not a good roll. I mean, the blues I'm okay with. That was not a comment about musical choice either. We are going to shuffle these. And and we're going to draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 1 wound. So my problem right now is if I pillage the village like I want to, I'm going to be down to -3, and then if I siege that keep like I want to, I'm going to be at -5, and that's going to be a tough hill to climb out of. Not hill. I wish it was a hill. It's going to be a tough pit to climb out of. So I'm probably not going to pillage the village. I have my motivation skill. What I want to do is probably just move up next to this keep, see what I'm dealing with. I need to start getting units. I mean, Norowas is all about units. It's what makes him go. Shock Troops is a really interesting unit, and if I can get better units to kind of supplement that, I like that a lot. So what I want to do is I'm going to take planning, which means I am going to go second this round. And we're going to roll for Krang. He gets number 1. I think number 1 is still available. It is. So he is first. All right, Krang's going to pull a red, a green, and a blue. There are no blue crystals. So that's fine. I do have 1 wound. All right, let me power stamina. I'm going to move 4, get next to this keep, see what's happening. Ooh, what's just that dude? He ain't nothing. Fortifies, the swiftness 1 half, so I will need a couple of my attack cards, and I do want to make sure that I have, well, the wound counts. I'll have 2 cards in my hand no matter what, for sure. Let's play March. I'm going to need move 3 to get in there. Move 3 shouldn't be a problem, so I'm going to play March just to put another tile out and see what other options we have. So we have a lake next to us. There's our mage tower. Ugh. I almost put this tile out here, but then I don't know if I'm stuck on the coast over there. Is probably not the greatest idea, so it probably worked out. But I almost put that tile in place first, but then I was worried I was going to potentially accidentally provoke something on my way up. So Mage Tower goes face down, marauding orcs go face up. They're going to go next to their friends, the war beasts. We have, I forget their name. I just call them the bull aliens because they look like a bull alien to me. If they look like a bull alien to you, might want to go to a therapist. But that's fine. Ruins are going in place. We have defeat an orc and a monster for an artifact. Great. Alright, I'm getting upset about this spell situation. So we're going to roll. It is a blue.
Hold on, Elvelos wants you to explore again.
Yeah, I hear that. I have so many whites, and the Utum guardsmen have 7 armor. I'm holding on to that just to, and I'm going to be able to power it. I mean, I get motivation, so I think I'm just holding on to it just in case I'm going to be hurting for some attack, because I want to make sure I take over that keep while I'm out there. So I'm going to pull up to 5. Chilling Stare is interesting. No, so I have a lot of influence. So I pulled 5 plus 1 because of planning. I'm actually going to use my skill to get 8 cards in hand so I can siege that. Wow, that's a lot of it's a lot of influence. All right, so we will be certainly become the proud owners of a new shock troops in a second. So Krang is going to go. He has 1, 2, and 3. It's a green crystal. Green card. He has 1 green crystal, so 1 more comes off. My turn. Let's move into here. So this is just looking at my influence situation. Shock troops cost 6. I'm going to be at -3, so I'm going to need 9 influence, and I still have definitely have some possibilities for that. So let me use improvisation. I'm going to, what's my attack then? I might just take that 1 wound. So we're using Provocation to get the move 3, so that way I can hold on to swiftness and make use of this red mana, this white mana. So I'm moving into a fortified site. I lose a reputation, and now I need 7 attack. I'm going to power swiftness, and then I'm going to power rage, and that is 7, and that gives me all my influence cards for next turn, which is great. So the Utum Guardsmen are dead. That gives me 3 fame. I'm going to get a shield on the keep. It gives me +1 card draw, which will stack very nicely with planning. Did I take the wound? I don't think I took the wound. I didn't take the wound. Let me take the wound. I know I had 1 wound on my hand when the turn started. So, and now we're good. So we are going to draw up to 5. We already have 5 in our hand. We're going to get a 6th card because of planning and a 7th card because of the keep. We are now going to go with Krang. It's a blue, it's a white, it's a red. He has 3 reds, which is unfortunate. 1, 2, yep. Thanks, I was on it. I got there eventually.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I already did that. So blue, green. Yep, so that's right. That was his 3rd turn. My turn is I'm going to... So I need influence 9 for the shock troops. Let me make sure I get that. So I'm going to do influence 4, influence 9. Great. I think that will work. And that will, actually I don't even need that. Influence 7, influence 9. And that way I can save that white crystal. And then I'm going to play blue to power stamina. So before I do my action, I'm going to do my movement. So I'm playing stamina to get some more tiles out. I'm going to, where do I want the city, if it comes out? I'm going to put this countryside tile up here. So we have an ugly orc in a forest. And it's another ironclad. And then we're going to put our first core tile on the board. It is the green city. We have another ugly orc in a forest, bookending a lake. Oh, it's so cute. They're like orc brothers living next to each other on a lake. What is it? Oh, it's those guys. I forget what they're called, but they're just kind of more annoying than dangerous. The skirmishers? Yeah, whatever. Alright, so I did that, and then I have the 9 influence I need to get 1 shock troops. Man, I'm in trouble. I really need better units. We're going to then put another orc on the board, which I should have done already. We got our cursed hags, and then the green city, and it's going to be a level 7. So I might as well get the tokens out now while I'm thinking about it. We're going to get 1 keep unit. And we'll put it all face down because we are not adjacent yet. So don't know what they are, we just know what kinds of enemies they are. So monster, so 1 keep, 2 monsters, and a city garrison. This is your mission if you choose to accept it. We accept. Alright. Done. So I might kill both those orcs simply to kind of save my reputation a bit so I can get some better units, and hopefully probably gonna end my turn here, to be honest, and hope that a couple of elite units come out that I can recruit at a keep. I think that makes the most sense right now. So I did use the influence from Noble Matters in interaction, so I get 1 reputation and 1 fame. That fame really starts adding up with Noble Matters. It's a black. These all go away. And then I'm going to draw up to... Yes?
Victor says the quality of the sound is dropping from time to time.
Oh, cool. Thanks for letting me know. I will... I'm not sure what I can do about that. I think let me know if it's not good now, because then I can try to adjust the issue, and then otherwise I'll have to play with these headset. I mean, I can always go to my table mic. The problem with that is it gets in the way, and I knock it more than you guys realize when I edit my videos. So, so we're gonna draw up to 5, and then we're gonna draw 1 more because of planning and 1 because of the keep. So these 2 wounds are actually not bothering us that much at all. We're going to go to Krang's turn. He gets 1, 2, and 3. It's blue, so we are going to get 3 more turns this turn and 2 more, which is nice. My turn. Which of these guys do I want to kill?
Remember to draw one extra card for the keep as well.
Yep. I think I've been doing that. But I will thank you for the reminder for sure. Let me kill. Alright, I'm going to play Diamond Ring to get a white crystal, a white mana, and a fame. We are going to then attack the Ironclads because they are going to be the harder one to defeat. I'm going to block them with a blue from the source, and now it's just going to be 6. I just need 6. So I'm going to use 3 from Swiftness. I also have 3 from Swiftness, 2 from range, and then I'm going to use the Shock Troops for range attack 1, and that's 6. That's 6 physical attack, which is enough to beat the Ironclads. It gives me Reputation 1 and Fame 4. It gets me up to 27, which means I get another card, another token. So now I have 2 tokens that badly need filling. I'm going to actually use my skill to re-ready the Shock Troops. This is all going to go away. Of course, I have 3 blacks, fully depleted source, which is always fun. I'm going to draw up to 6 for my hand limit. I'm going to draw up to. I'm going to draw 1 more because of planning, and 1 more because of the because I'm on the keep. So I have 3 wounds, and of course I don't have any green crystals, which is slightly unfortunate. But Krang's turn 1 and 2. He is now going to call end of round next turn. My turn. It's not worth taking another wound. Range attack. I'm not going to get the fame from that, but that's fine. So I'm going to play Rejuvenate to heal a wound. And then I'm going to take on the Skirmishers. I have Explosive Bolt. I'll power that with a white. And then I'm going to play my Shock Troops again, because again I re-readied them. So that is range attack 4, kills the Skirmishers. I get 1 reputation and 2 fame from them. And then I will start my turn on the keep and hope I get a couple of elite units that I can recruit in a keep. Alright, my turn. I'm just going to draw my last card. Nothing happening here. Crane players end of round, and I am happy to accommodate. So we're going to take all that. That goes there. Ready my skills. And I think it's time. I'm going to take a 5-minute break, and we will be back very soon. for the next round. Okay, all right, I'm going to start setting up for the next round. So let me go to just the overhead. We're losing the top of that terrain, but I doubt we're going to go back up there. If I do, I can take the bottom half of the board off and we can move everything down. So I think we'll be good with that. Let me take planning off the board. I lost my flame wave, and the double whammy of that is now he has 4 crystals in his inventory, which can mean for some very short rounds. So we need to be just, I don't know, fingers crossed that doesn't mess us up too much. We're going to add a blue. So the nice thing is we're feeding his deck with non-reds, so it should help mitigate that concern a little bit. Ice Black. The Ice Black is such a great card. But, alright, so we're going to, I like Stout Resolve, I like Ice Block. We are not at 35 yet, which is kind of a magic number for me when I really want to start doing a city, but I think we're doing alright ultimately. So, Krang is set. I'm going to shuffle my cards, and then we just need to address the unit offer and address the source, and I think we'll be good. So units go away. We're going to roll these dice. It is a black, a white, and a red. That's a pretty solid roll for a night round. Advanced units, we have heroes, and we have Altum Guardians. And please be a keep. It is not. Shoot. Well, we get the heroes. It costs us 11 because our reputation is going to be -1 times 2. But the other problem is that they're not going to take a part in this assault unless we have 2 influence reserved. I do have 3 cards that give influence. But I don't see how I go into a battle without another unit. Just the shock troops is just not going to be enough. The other problem right now with the Green City is that we're coming in through a forest. And even if we put another tile here, we'd have to come in through the swamp, and then we'd have to deal with the Cursed Hag. So we're going to need 5 movement just to get adjacent to that city to see what we're up against. So definitely in a pickle of sorts. So let me see what's going on with my initial draw. It's going to be 6. And then +1 for the keep. Alright. I am going to take Sparing Power because I want to make sure I get a chance to use it, and I want to take it from Krang. Krang is therefore going to stay in the lead. 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4 are in my hand, so he gets 4. Midnight Meditation is out. Bing. Alright. So Krang goes first. Please don't end on a red. And it's a white. Beautiful. And 1 red burned. My turn. Alright. I do have 5 influence, which isn't quite where I need it to be. I want to save my motivation to the extent possible. Man, I was hoping for a couple of the golems. I mean, any of the Utum crossbowmen, the Utum swordsmen. This is an unfortunate situation right here. Unless I just go in with the shock troops. It's only a level 7. There's only 4 units. I'm trying to think of my spells. No, I didn't get any spells yet. Well, I have the Sword of Justice. So I can double physical attacks. That is if I can survive. Shock troops allows me to reduce one enemy attack by 3. Chilling Stare would allow me to choose an enemy to not attack. So I don't want to burn that influence. So Sparing Power. I can chill here for a couple of turns. Keep using Sparing Tower until I'm really going to want to use Improvisation for that move 5. I don't see a more efficient way to get in. I'm going to play Rejuvenate to heal that 1 wound. And now we're going to end my turn there. and just try to set myself up for one big assault at the end of the second night. Probably use the third day to do some healing, maybe hopefully some recruiting, and then we can get ourselves set up for that last city.
Greg, and there's no way to make the titles easier to read?
The titles.
I assume he means the cards.
No. Again, I think once I get the diffuser, I'll be able to play with the lighting a little bit better. But right now, this is the best focus I could get for sure. Hopefully, if someone has a link to a database for all the Mage Knight cards, I know when my Spirit Island playthroughs, I put a link to a Spirit Island database that I think people have found helpful, so I would be happy to do the same for Mage Knight. Alright, so I'm going to draw up to 6 and then +1 for the keep. It's another wound. Black mana doesn't help me at all because I don't have any spells. Alright, Krang, blue, white, don't be a red. It is not, but he's... Alright, we burned a red. That makes me happy. Sparing power. So he's sitting on 19 cards. If he's pulled 8, so he's got 11 more. If he pulls a red, though, he's going to go through 7 in one pop. So we got like max 6 turns here. I think I start moving. I know I really wanted to wait for improvisation, but that might not be happening. Of course, I don't have any green mana, which is a problem. I'm still holding off using motivation because I want to get as many cards as possible, especially if my units are garbage. Alright, we're going to have to use the swiftness. Alright, that's move 6. That gets me into the forest. And we get the city lights are so bright. I'm going to get these summoners off the board just for simplicity. We're going to reveal the green city garrison. So we got some thugs. We got Hydra. We got the Minotaur. And we got the Ultimate Guardians. I'll tell you what. That could have been a lot worse. Now, the only downside here, because a lot of it's blockable, right? And that makes me happy. The downside here is it's all physical attack. And that means every single one of those attacks are going to get poison because we're in the green city. And 2 of those attacks are already brutal. So, yeah, here's 10 points of damage from the Minotaur with poison. Yeah, have fun with that. So that's not ideal, but only 1 unit has physical resistance. The rest are fine. No one has arcane immunity, so there's some solid possibilities here for an assault. So I'm going to end my turn. I'm going to draw up to 6, and since I'm still adjacent to my keep, I can take a 7th. We're now going to go to Krang's turn. 1, 2, and 3. It is red. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which means unless he pulls a blue magically, because he has 4 cards left, we are down to 3 turns. So we're going to spare power. I think it makes the most sense for me to rest and then do an attack next turn with my motivation skill. So I'm going to get rid of threaten and that wound. And now I'm going to draw up to 6 and then 7. Nice. And there's the move 2 I need to get in. Did I spare? He's first. I think sparing power is right. 4, 4. Yeah, so there's 3 cards of sparing power, which is exactly right. Be a blue! It's a green. Alright, so he's declaring end of round next turn. So, not messing around anymore. We're going to get rid of sparing power, take those 3 cards into my hand. That's a nice assortment of cards. I'm going to play my motivation skill and then get a white mana token. So I have pretty much unlimited access to white and red and no access to anything else. I also have the Emerald Ring, which I can use. Alright, so we're going to, the Diamond Ring, just the Emerald Ring. Black mana is not going to matter for me. So we have this move card. We're going to move into the city with stamina. The reality is I have no siege attack. The only thing I can do really fancy is I'm going to use shock troops to prevent the thugs. I'm going to reduce the thugs' attack by 3, so its attack effectively becomes a 0. And so 0 multiplied by 0 damage gets through, multiplied by 2 because of brutal is still 0, so that's fine. I'm not going to worry about the thugs at all. I do lose a reputation because I am assaulting a fortified site, so I'll take care of that right off the bat. Let me start figuring out the wounds here. So Hydra does 3 separate attacks of 2 each, so that's going to be 3 wounds to my hand, 3 to my discard pile, and again my hand size limit is 6, so if I take more than 5 wounds this turn, I'm out. Getting knocked out is not great, especially when you have the Sword of Justice in your hand. So that would be Hydra's wounds. We have the Hag's wounds. No, the Hag is not in the city. Thugs, so these 2. We have the Altum Guardian's wounds. It's going to be 2 to my hand, 2 to my discard pile, and the Minotaur is coming in at a 10. His wounds would be 4 to my hand, and then 4 to my discard pile. So obviously, blocking the Minotaur's 5 is of utmost importance, because that is gross. Alright, I'm going to play Chilling Stare. Chosen enemy does not attack this turn. I'm just going to use it with the white power, with the white mana that I got from my motivation skill. So that's actually looking alright. If I took all those wounds, that's still only 5. It's a ton of wounds to my discard pile too, and I have to deal with that next round, but I don't hate that. So let me see how much attack I can generate, and then we'll figure out how many of these enemies we're going to try to block and how many we're just going to let through. So Sword of Justice, any card that I have that I can't get more than 2 attack, obviously I'm going to want to use the Sword of Justice for and just discard, right? I'm going to play Mana Draw. Well, first, blue. So I have Diamond Ring. I got Mana Draw. I could discard Diamond Ring too. Mana Draw gets me 2 reds, which would be great. If I get the reds, I can use all of that. That'd be more than what Sword of Justice would give me. That'd be an equal amount of what Sword of Justice would give me. But if I use, well, that's nice. If I use if I use the Explosive Bolt, I can actually reduce the armor of another enemy. So that's important to remember. Let me get some more reds. So I'm going to play Mana Draw. I'm going to power it with a white crystal from my inventory. I'm going to take this die, turn it to red, take 2 additional. So I still have a die I can use from the store. So I'm going to take 2 additional reds. I'm going to get, I could use this and discard Crystallize for attack 5. Actually, if I discarded both of those cards with Sword of Justice, that gives me attack 6. That's a more efficient use of that. So these are the cards I want to discard with the Sword of Justice. I also, I could always double my physical. Nah, I want to save Sword of Justice. It's too strong. Too strong. So, but I can power Rage, I can power this. If I kill these 3 enemies with the first attack, I can reduce this guy's armor by 3. So I powered this. So to kill these 3, I would need a total attack of 16. So I would need to discard 5 cards. Nope. This 8 could kill this guy if I kill those 3 otherwise. I think I'm going to be just shy. I think I'm going to... Oh, no, I have this. This is great. So this is a ranged attack 3. Oh, rock on. So I'm going to discard 1, 2, 3, 4. That's attack of 12. I get ranged attack 3 from Explosive Bolt. Then I'll discard... Yeah, I'm going to discard all 5 of those cards. That's attack 15 plus the Explosive Bolt. That gives me a ranged attack of 18, which is enough to kill these 3. So let's backtrack. I didn't kill anybody in the siege attack phase. I went to the attack and block phase. I blocked I reduced the thug's attack to 0. I didn't block. I used Killing Stare to prevent the Minotaur from attacking. I didn't block anything else. So I'm going to get 5 wounds in my discard pile because of the poison. I'm taking 5 wounds into my hand, which doesn't knock me out. Great. Now if I use the minor effect of Explosive Bolt, that would have knocked me out because that would have been a 6 wounds in my hand, but I'm not. I'm using the major, the stronger effect.
You have advice. You could discard Stamina and Crystal.
Yeah. Yep. Saw it. Man, you were quicker than me, dude. I got there though. That's all that matters, right?
If you have a free thought, Jonathan is wondering who else to watch to learn for a new player solo games.
Oh. Yeah, let me get through this city assault, and then we can kind of talk about that at break, in between the rounds for sure. So cool. So I attacked these 3. They're all dead. I'm going to get my reputation back because no one likes a thug. I'm going to get, and we'll deal with that. So all 3 of those guys are dead. Since I kill 3 enemies with that one grouped attack, another enemy gets armor -1. Now if he had arcane immunity, that wouldn't work. He doesn't. So he gets armor -1 for each of those 3, and you can stack them. I have done the research to make sure of this. So his armor is now only 4. Now he has physical resistance, which means I'm going to need 8 attack. Both of my rages powered up because I was able to use mana draw. It gives me 8 attack, which is exactly what I needed to kill him. That was amazing. Yeah, what a cool combination of cards. Now I already took the reputation bonus because of thugs, and now I have 10, 19 fame to get myself up from 29 to 48. That is exactly what I needed to level up twice. I'm going to do the 1 level up first because I would forget otherwise. I'm going to put a shield on the city for each enemy I destroyed, and that will help me with influence. So that will go over here because we're not going that way anyway. Although the magical blade is tempting. Maybe we're going that way. That's fine. I can move everything down. I'm going to clean up my play area before I deal with the level ups. The red die that gets placed back as per the instructions of mana draw. The white die is going to be rolled. It's still white. All these go away. And they're going to go here. I can use my skill to re-ready the shock troops. Not that I'm going to need it, although maybe I'll take care of the cursed hags. And now we're going to do my level up. My level up, I already did the shield, so now we're going to go with the level ahead of that. I'm going to get 2 more skills. Ugh. God, kidding me. Alright, fine. I have the Bonds of Loyalty, which is like my favorite skill in all of Mage Knight, and of course it's at the bottom of my skill deck. And then I'm going to grab... I like Stout Resolve a lot. I mean, Regeneration's nice too, but I like Stout Resolve a lot. Although I have so many wounds. I took 10 wounds that attack. Fine, I'll take Regeneration. It's probably smarter. Especially since I have a whole round to do some healing. Which does make that Magical Blade a lot more attractive. Alright, so my hand limit is 6, and then I draw 2, because I am the proud owner of a brand new green city. So 1 and 2. Great. I might be able to recruit. Man, it's amazing how I can't seem to get a green. Die roll. Krang declares end of round. So this is my last turn. So that 1 card I never got to. If I did reputation, so I have 4 bonus here. I'd have 8 influence. If I had a green, I can do it. But I can't get to the 11 I would need for either the heroes or the Utum Guardians, which is quite unfortunate. I don't have anything to kill those guys. It's just kind of a dud. I could potentially... Oh, I can get an action from the action offer. I don't hate that. Yeah, we'll do that. So I'm going to, as a special effect, I'm going to heal 1. with regeneration. And then I'm going to power noble manners, and I have influence 8 minus 1 because of my reputation, so 7. That's enough because I'm in the green city to get an advanced action card. I'm going to get, maybe I should get Ice Shield. No, Set Resolves is more flexible. So that is done. And I already have the ability to reduce armor in other ways, so I think that's a more well-rounded card for my deck. So I used influence and interaction, I get a reputation and a fame. We're going to re-roll this. Krang is, there's the green I needed. Krang is already declared end of round, so we are done. So 1 swiftness is what I did not get to. Alright, so we have a day to get the rest of the terrain out, heal as much as possible, and get ourselves set for beating a level 10 city or a level 10 Volkare's camp. I think it does make more sense to go north to get to that magical blade, because I am surely going to have some wounds I want to heal. It's also next to the village, so it could make some good fodder for some pillaging. Plus it's at an intersection where I can get 2 things out pretty easily, so I'm probably going to want to kill those cursed hags before they get in my way. So we get a blue card to Krang's deck, we get a blue mana to his inventory, blue crystal. This goes here. We're going to replenish the spill offer, we get meditation, and we get blood ritual in the advanced action. So 3 red cards, so he will have 1 more red card almost guaranteed in his deck going into the last night. So to be aware of when he has 4 red crystals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. That is correct. We're going to get rid of the elite units. We're going to get rid of the non-elite unit. We get 2 more elite units. Catapults, yes please. Oh, 2 city units right off the top. That makes me happy. Oh, I have to add another one of Krang's skills here too. It's one where you get a crystal of any type, and then you can, as an action, reset it. Speaking of skills, I'm going to reset my skills. I am going to take the bottom 2 tiers of this off, and then we can move this whole thing down. For your viewing pleasure, I'll pull my skills over here, and we'll put artifacts back in play and the green city over there. Alright, that will work. So we're going to draw up to my hand limit, which is 6, and we'll probably get 30 wounds. You know, I actually probably should have given a wound to the shock troops since I had the ability to heal it. That would have made a lot more sense, but to go back and redo that math is not worth it now. So, alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus I am in a city that I control, so 1 and 2. Alright, I somehow didn't get any of the 9 wounds in my deck. 10, 11 wounds in my deck. I am gonna take Rethink. No. I think I have to go first. I mean, I'm not gonna. No, I'll reshuffle a couple of these, and why not? Especially since I have the rejuvenation. So I'm gonna go Rethink. That means I get to discard 3 cards. I'm gonna discard the Sword of Justice. It's too early for that. The Swiftness, because I don't need that, and Rage, because why not? So I'm gonna draw 3 more cards. 1, 2, and 3. Got a couple influence cards, which is great. And these got shuffled in. I did not pull any of my wounds still, which is bizarre. So Rethink is now out, and I am first. So what do we got? I am going to play Diamond Ring to get a white crystal. It's like green, just different. Get a white mana and +1 fame. I'm going to power Noble Matters. I'm going to, that gives me influence 4. I have influence 8 already. I ideally would like influence 20. So and get influence 5 from Chilling Stare. So that's 13. If I pull this off, this is going to be bananas. I'm going to get Stout Resolve. I'm going to power with the green. That's 16, and then I'm going to discard 2 cards. I'm going to discard Explosive Bolt, and I'm going to keep the Swiftness because I can use it to beat those cursed hags, and March. So that is 4, because that's power with a white, plus 5 is 9, plus it's influence 3, plus I can discard any number of cards, including 1 wound, to increase the effect by 2 each. So this is influence 7. So that's influence 16, plus 1 influence for each shield. I get to recruit 2 units. Woo, that changes things. I feel a lot better about where I'm at right now. It is so weird to be playing as Norowas and have 1 unit in front of you. So that was cool. That was probably the most helpful I've ever seen rethink, or whatever they call rethink. So great. I have a nice little assortment of units now. So we're gonna get. I used this influence during interaction. I get +1 and +1. I'm going to get rid of those. We're going to roll this. That is a white. This all goes away. And then we redraw up to 5. So remember, when you do influence, when you're using influence interaction, you can get as much as you can afford of as many different types of things that you can afford in that certain place. So I got 2 city units. But if you're in a monastery, you want points of healing and an advanced action and a monastery unit, you can do all of that in the same turn, provided you can pay for it all. So that was very cool. So we're going to draw up to 8. There's my wound. Well, one of my wounds. Here, the rest, I mean, they got to be coming, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There's 2 wounds. And I, of course, don't have a green crystal, which is, what I expect. Yeah, we're good. Krang's turn. Because 1... he's got 2, he's got 3, it's green, he's there. So there's no reason for me to stay in the city. I need 3 movement to get out of the city because it is day now, so that makes it a lot easier. I'm going to play this move. Do I want to kill the cursed hags? No, it's not even worth it. Oh,
1 glory for using the white ring artifact.
I think I did that. I could be wrong, but I think I did that. Oh, you know what? Let me kill the cursed hags while we're here. I'm going to power this, and then I have this skill, which gives me 2 ranged attack every turn. So that's 5 ranged attack for the for killing the cursed hags. It gives me 1 reputation and 3 fame. So now I can, if I want to go to that village and start pillaging, it just makes life a little bit easier. Yeah, that's fine. That makes sense. So this goes back. I'm going to roll that. It's black. This. And now I'm drawing... oh, and I'm going to use Rejuvenate to heal. I would have done that for sure. Alright, so now we're drawing 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, 2 wounds. I'm going to want to go to that Magical Glade for sure. Krang 1, 2, 3. It's blue. My turn. I need move 3. I'm going to go 1, 2. And I'll use one of the rages. I'm going to end here. I have no more movement. I am going to use Crystallize to get a blue blue crystal. I ended in a Magical Glade, so I'm going to throw away a wound, and I'm going to start the next turn with a gold, which I'm going to take now before I forget. So I rolled, that's a red. I'm still adjacent to my city, so I still get that bonus. So I'm going to draw 4 more cards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, I think we're going to be chilling as Magical Glade to the end of the round, which is fine. Krang 1, 2, and 3. It's blue. So we're getting lucky there. I'm going to play Swiftness for move 2. Let's put in a tile. I actually put the tiles I took off on top of the tiles I still need. It is not the last city. It is a ruins, a keep, and a dragon. So we are going to want to go to that village after all and get that last city in play and see if it's Volkare. I want to know that before that last night for sure. So we get a ruins face up because it's day. Spend 3 blue for a 7 fame. And a keep, which isn't that useful either. So that's fine. This gold I'm not using for anything. I end my turn on a magical glade, so I'm going to throw a wound away and keep that gold for next turn. I am starting to think, do I want to just start dumping cards here? I'll go one more turn without dumping cards. So we're pulling up to 6 still, 1 and 2, and I'm going to use my motivation skill. I'm really hoping to get that regeneration. Alright, there's all the ones. I'm going to move to that village, I think. And I can always use influence for points of healing in the village, too. So, alright, Krang, 1, 2, and 3. It's green. Alright, he's going nice and slow for us. I'm gonna use this gold mana to power March. And then I'm going to... I have the Sword of Justice. I'm going to use Rage. I'm going to go into the city, to the village. It was 5 movement to get there. And while I'm there, I'm going to use... I'm going to get a red token to power Threaten. That's 5. I'm going to discard Mana, draw sideways. That gives me 6 influence. 6 influence is enough to give me 2 points of healing in the village. At the end of the turn, I lose a reputation because I use a stronger effect of Threaten. Alright. Again, this whole round is a lot about taking care of this wound situation. So 5 more cards. There is regeneration. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. We got through a lot of this deck, and there's 5 wounds. They don't stop coming. Shoot. Alright, Krang's turn. 1, 2, and 3. It's white. He's going to declare end of round next turn. Ah, man. So I'm going to do regeneration for 1 point of healing. And then I just want to see what's going on. I'm going to play those 2 cards sideways. They're both very strong, but I want to see if this is it. It is not. Yowza. Trying to think where the coast was. That's going to matter. I think it was here. So yeah, this is not the coast. So I can actually put the city. I can put a core tile there. Yeah, because the coast would be out here. Okay. That's fine. Shoot. So we got a dragon. We got a refugee camp. I could actually get there without provoking that dragon because the wall, since the dragon's behind a wall, he won't just automatically attack me. Now I could choose to attack him across the wall, but of course he'd be fortified. There's a labyrinth on there. That's always an interesting site. It's probably the site I've least used in one of these games.
Hire herbalists for healing.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea. The problem is I don't have any green. If I had a green crystal lying around or even a green dye, it's almost automatic, right? But yeah, all right. Let me think about this. All right, I'm gonna draw my last 2 cards. That's fine. Probably going to use that move 5, go there, and see what I'm dealing with. And I can put a core tile there because it's going to be adjacent to 2. Crane declares end of round. I'm doing improvisation.
Mana. But I guess he was saying to do the herbalist, you need the green mana.
I would need the green mana to do the healing. I can recruit it easy, but I think it makes more sense to start healing these wounds. I think I'm down to just 4 wounds in this deck, so I'm not going to worry too much about these 4. I have move 5. I'm going to do 3, and then with my last 2 points of movement, put this on the board. We got the Blue City. All right. And again, it's only going to be another move 5 to get into that monastery. which is real intriguing. So maybe like we can get some sorcerers or something like that, which would be stellar. Krang already declared end of round. We're going to take my deck, and I am going to reset this one more time. We're going to move some things further up as my units have started to encroach on Krang's precious area here. So shuffling these up. It's also the refugee camp is a great place to have access to right now as well. So let's see what units come out, because I'd love to get one more strong unit here. Not having the bonds of loyalty sucks too, because it's such a great way to have that one extra unit. Could make all the difference in the world. I do need to be careful because, man, I pull a couple of reds. This next round's going to be over in a blank. So there's a spell. Oh, the Monastery came out, so this should have been here. This is now going to go away. It was Rush of Adrenaline. And now we have to pull one more in the advanced action, advanced in the unit offer, and then one here. So this is it. I'm gonna move these up and just way out of the way. Call to Arms is great, and then we're gonna move Krang stuff over. Alright. Krang, you beast. Take this away. Let's see what the elite units are doing. So we have heroes. Again, that needing that 2 influence makes the heroes so rough, because then they're just utterly useless. But a cold fire block 8, yes please. Jesus. So the interesting thing about the heroes, so my reputation is now 0, so I won't have any surcharge on them. And I can get them at a refugee camp, and since they can otherwise be recruited at a village, I can actually get them at cost. If I try to get the Amhotep freezers, the freezers would give me a surcharge of 1, because the way for those who don't know, the way the refugee camp works, you can recruit any kind of unit, and you can only recruit them. There's a surcharge based on where else they might be recruited, right? So if it can be recruited in a village, you can get it at cost. If you can only recruit it in a keep or a monastery or a mage tower, it's +1. If you can only recruit it in a city, it's +3, and you take the lesser number. So since the freezers can be recruited both in a city and the keep, it's only going to be the +1 if I recruited them there, so it'd be 9 total. I am not next to my city anymore, unfortunately. So I got to put a dragon on the board, even though I'm never messing with it. There's a dragon here. Oh, yeah! Thank God that guy was not in my way. The dragon summoner, I swear, is the toughest enemy. Like, if you do not have, there's that red spell which gives you the siege attack 8 to take a wound, and that blue spell siege attack 8 to take a wound. I always want one of those in case I run into that guy, because he is the worst. We're drawing up to 6. That's a wound. 4. I have no spells, so like, what's the point of the black mana? But this movement 3 is nice. I did not get any of my influence, which can be rough. And I'm gonna want to get the freezers or the heroes for sure before I try to siege the city. Let me get to speaking of the city, and before we actually get going too much, I can take. I'll get the units set up here. So we need a level 10 blue city. We have 1 keep unit. Now they go face down because we're still not. Now we're not adjacent. So the lights of the city are bright, but not that bright. We have 2 mage towers. That's face down. And for those who don't know, like there's a ridge on these cards that I know from doing these notes. I'm gonna actually go back to both cameras here. So I can tell which is face down just by feel, which obviously means I've played this game too much, which is fine. Now I can't find it. What's going on? No, there it is. That's right. Yeah, we're good. So, so two city garrisons, 2 maze tower garrisons, and a keep garrison, and I'll put them right there. I'm gonna take. I'm really scared of giving Krang extra turns just because of the red situation. So I'm going to take Long Night and go first. So that means that if my D deck ever runs out, I can take 3 more cards in the middle of a draw, which can be very powerful for sure. So my first action, I mean, holding on to the diamond ring seems like it makes 0 sense right now. So I have the white mana, it's just clogging my deck. I don't need black mana because it's not doing anything for me. So I have 0 spells, which is bananas. So I'm gonna play Diamond Ring to gain a white crystal and a white mana, and I'm gonna get a Feint. I'm going to play, and I'm just gonna basically lose that mana at the end of the turn. Stamina and Swiftness to move 4 to get in there, and I draw 3 cards and hope against hope that I get at least 1 of my influence cards. More would be great. So this goes away. I also can get points of healing in the Monastery, which makes that interesting. Yeah, I think that's right. I'm drawing up to 6, 1, 2, and 3. Nice. So 5. Krang's turn. 1, 2, and 3. It's green. My turn. I'm going to play Regeneration for heal 1. I'm halfway there with the influence. I do want to save my motivation, especially with the Sword of Justice. That's such a great card. That's such a great card. I have no movement, so I'm going to give it 1 more shot to get another influence card, and if I don't get it, I'm just going to have to give up. But that's fine. I'm drawing 2 more cards to get on my limit. There we go. There we go. There we go. Alright, that makes me very happy. And actually, I can probably keep Chilling Stare, which is really strong. So, alright, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. That's red. Eesh! 3, 4. We did burn a lot of his reds, but that was gross. So we got to get a move on here. So we're going to play red die from the source. I'm going to discard Determination. That's going to give me influence 5. I'm then going to play Noble Manners. I'm going to power that with the white. And I'm not trusting my ability to have 2 influence to use the heroes. I would rather get the Hotep Freezers. So they cost me 8 because that's what he cost, plus the 1 surcharge. So I'm getting him at a refugee camp. And yeah, we're good. Since I used that, I get that and that based on Noble Manners, since I used influence during interaction. And we are now going to try to get move 4, enter the city, and start the process, because I do want at least 3 turns. I want 1 turn to heal, and 1 turn again, if at all possible. So we're going to draw up to 6. 1, 2, 3. I don't have a move card. That's fine. Krang 1, 2, do not be red. It is green. Like that. My turn. I'm going to use motivation and just hope I get some movement. 1 and 2. Oh, Stout Resolve will do the trick, I'll tell you what. Especially if I can discard a wound to do what I need to do. That's nice. And Rejuvenation, I can draw another card. I get a white mana because I use motivation. I need move 4 to get in here. I'm trying to think of the best way to do that. Am I gonna need a green crystal? No. No. I have access to 1 red, 1 white, 2 whites. That's kind of fine too. 1 blue. Alright, so we're going to play Rejuvenate to draw a card, because it can't Yours. Ooh, concentration. What an interesting card. Which does mean I don't want to use that green. I can use that for that. Alright, so I'm going to use the base effect of Stout Resolve. I'm going to discard a wound to increase the effect by 1, because I can. And then I'm going to actually discard one of my rages. So that's going to give me move 4. I'm going in. I don't see how I don't. But I only have 5 cards. But I have 4 units, so I effectively have 9 cards. And I have a couple of things I can do. So we have our monks, we have our shock troops, we have these guys, assassin and brutal. We have our Amhotep gunners. I think the Dathana master there. We have 2 monks. Monks are fine. Give me wounds in my discard pile. I don't care. The shock troops aren't a big deal. So obviously the gunners are going to be a little bit of an issue. The Dathana masters, I'm actually going to take these this dragon off because it's just going to get in the way. The Dathana masters obviously have paralyze and assassin, so preventing them from attacking will be important. And I do have the Amhotep freezers, which also I have that ability twice if I want it. I'm not sure I want it because that attack 5 from the freezers is very, very strong. And how I use the shock troops is going to be important. I have the siege attack 5. Don't have any other siege attack. I could get it to siege attack 6. Ooh. Yes. I'm going to play... I like this. I'm going to use the shock troops to get range attack 1, and all my other units gets +1 to all of their attacks. So that range attack 1, I'm going to have to remember that I have it. Oh, actually, I'm just going to burn it. I'm not going to be... Right, because you have to use new attack in the attack phase, so it's out. But I'm fine with that being out, and then I could just assign a wound to it. Whatever. I'm going to use that +1 to all of their attacks to power a fire attack, and I get +1 because of the shock troops, which kills the gunners before we even get to anything else. I'm going to power Chilling Stare, and I'm going to... Oh... That ice immunity. Because she's ice immune, she's immune to the effects that are... I'm using a white crystal. I don't think it matters. I think she's immune to that effect. If someone knows that rule and I can do that, let me know. Otherwise, I think I can't. That's where the elemental immunity gets really annoying. And I don't think I did that last round. Who did I prevent from attacking last round? The Minotaur, who has no immunity. So that was definitely fine then. But I think I'm stuck with that. And that goes same with the Amhotep freezers. So that's going to be 10 block, which is a problem. I have the Ultim Guardians, though. They're like a hero of mine. Wow. That changes things a little bit. I can use the Ultim Guardians to block them. And I don't think I'm going to want anyone else to not attack. I need 2 more block. Range 5. Double the combination of all physical attacks. During the attack phase. That'd be 10 then. One's 5, loses its... Alright. I'm going to prevent... Oh, that was really gross. If I'm doubling the combination of all physical attacks, maybe I don't kill him. Maybe I don't kill him. Because I can kill him easier. That would be... I can double that to 6. If I reduce that attack to 3, I can take an assassin with shock troops, and I won't have to worry about blocking that, and I can double everything else. That's the better play here. So I'm going to use shock troops to reduce one enemy attack by 3. So this attack of 5 becomes an attack of 2. Any damage in this attack must first be assigned to this unit, even if it has assassination. The idea of shock troops is they come out ahead of everything else, and they're very reckless, right? Since I'm not using an element to power that, they're not immune to that. So this attack of 2, I can actually, even though it's assassinate, it's going to make the shock troops disband, but I'm allowed to do that because of that ability. So it's a very, very strong ability of shock troops.
Check the comments. Red and blue.
Yes, yeah. No, I saw that. I don't want to assign damage to anybody. I mean, yeah, I could, right, if I give them all resistances, but I like, now that I can double the physical attacks.
Yeah, Victor says use red and blue, and Warlord Drake says use green mana.
The green mana for concentrate. Oh, for the Altar Guardians, yeah. But if I get that attack 5 to become an attack 10, I might be able to wipe out everybody out this turn. So I think that makes a little bit more sense because I'm going to be able to throw away Sword of Justice. The other thing that's going on here is I can actually kill the... I think I just want to double everything. I think that's what I want to do. So, alright, let me figure out the wounds. Oh, shoot. Yeah, this is an attack 6. I'm sorry, because we're in a blue city. It's attack 6, but it's reduced by 3. So it still comes in at 3. It's still 1 wound to the shock troops. So they're going to be gone. The physical attacks do not get doubled. So let's kind of see what we're doing here as I cause an earthquake in Atlantia. So this is going to be 3 wounds. This is attacking at an 8 because, again, it's an elemental attack. It gets +2. So that's 2 wounds. This is 2 wounds plus 2 wounds in my discard pile. Who cares? 2 wounds plus 2 wounds in my discard pile. And then this is, because they both have poison, and this is just 2 wounds. My hand limit is 6, so I can take 5 wounds to my hand. So it does mean I'm gonna want to kill one of these guys. No, I can prevent someone from attacking. I'm gonna prevent, he's immune to this effect as well. I'm gonna prevent one of the monks from attacking. I can't heal a unit during battle, which is annoying. So I prevented those monks from attacking with the Chilling Stare. If I can get block 5, it would be great, but I just don't think it's happening. So I might as well kill these guys early. I'm going to use concentration to get me the stronger effect of Explosive Bolt. And then I'm going to use my skill, which can be +1 ranged attack at night. So he's elusive, so I have to get to the bigger number because I didn't block him. But the shock troops are dead before we even get to battle. And that will prevent me from getting knocked out. So I'm going to take the rest. Again, the shock troops are going to be disbanded because they get attacked by 3 from what was left over after the attack of the Delphana Masters was reduced. So the shock troops get immediately disbanded because the Delphana Masters have paralyzed. We now have Chilling Stares out. I'm going to take these 4 wounds to my hand, which I'm okay with. And now I'm going to break the Sword of Justice to give me double the contribution of my physical attacks. I have shock troops are dead. Put them on the city. So, and I lost a reputation when I entered this thing, by the way. Oh, did I ever enter? Yeah, I entered with Stout Resolve. We're good. So this physical attack is going to be 6. This physical attack is 10. This physical attack is 10. I need a total of 8, 14, 24. So that's 26 right there, and I still had a rage in my hand. All these guys are dead. That is 16, 20, 24. I'm going to go from 56 up to 80. I'd level up twice. Who freaking cares? That was cool. Wow, Sword of Justice, man, is such, and they all lose physical resistance too, by the way. None of them have physical resistance, but the ability, if they had physical resistance, that they just lose it. This is such a strong card. That's what Mage Knight never ceases to amaze me with how many times I've like overlooked a card and then I use it twice and I'm just blown away by how strong it really can be. I am curious about a rule clarification if I could have used a Chilling Stare to stop the attack on the Fauna Masters, but seeing the Shock Troops' ability to absorb that assassination wound is so cool. Just a lot of cool things that just they have to come together. Just being able to get 2 city units, both of their physical attacks are doubled because of the Sword of Justice. I mean, I had 26 physical attack just from that in the attack phase. And yeah, you see why I love artifacts so much. Very unusual for me to win without a single spell, but that was it. That was the countryside we had to deal with. So let me get over to just the integrated camera, and I'm going to look at the chat. Cool. Yeah,
and
you
mostly,
got.
Jonathan Rector wants to know where he can learn solo playthroughs, like how to be a solo gamer, like instructions.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's tough. I mean, this is a tough game. I mean, I've watched a few playthroughs. I learned a lot on my own, and just scouring Board Game Geek for FAQ and figuring out what I was screwing up and how to get better. Playing at the higher levels is really where I learned this game. The unfortunate thing with some of the channels is that you just see a lot of rules mistakes, so you can learn some bad habits, and that's not knocking anybody. I mean, this is a tough game. I make mistakes all the time, and again, if you guys want to just be my cool, thanks Warlord, I appreciate that clarification. So yeah, there's so much in this game. It's like the holy grail trying to get a perfect game of this game and under your belt. But that was really cool. I mean, my deck, just seeing how we were able to beat that first city so quick, and then I had a whole day just to, let me wound manage and let me see what I'm dealing with. And we were able to do that and just get that last siege in at night. So yeah, I love this game. It's so cool, and it was cool to do a deep dive in it for a couple of days in preparation of this to make sure that the rules are really fresh in my head. But that's it. I'm going to sign off now. I will be doing live playthroughs like every 2 weeks. I'll probably be there's a couple more games I'm going to get in that rotation. I do have a playthrough with Goldix, I think, coming out on the 14th, so look out for that. I really thanks everyone for joining me for this and spending the time. I know a few channels have done live playthroughs of this recently, so I actually almost rescheduled it, but it was on my calendar to do it today, so I just wanted to make sure it got done.
If Velos wants you to play with the other heroes.
The channel. Sword of Justice is overpowered. Interesting. That's an interesting thought. I will have to ponder. I will have to ponder that. I haven't used it that much. It was cool. It was cool to see that work.
Well, look at the rest.
Overpowered.
Will you play with the other heroes?
Yeah, I already have. I think this is my 5th playthrough on the channel. I have one recorded as Bravelar. I have one recorded as Goldix. Now I do the Volkare's quest and Volkare's return scenarios, but eventually, yeah, I'm gonna be doing this for a while. If I really enjoy it, it's made me better at these games, and I've really enjoyed the community that's developing around this channel. And you'll see, I'll keep trying to get things better. I'm gonna keep trying to get the lighting better, and we'll start upgrading equipment as time goes on, and we can kind of get there. So, but you guys have been great. I love the comments. I love the strategy talk. I love catching me on the little mistakes so I can be more aware of the mistakes I'm prone to make. And hope people's lives are going well, getting back to normal here. And I will keep putting out the content as I can every Sunday night. So again, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate you taking the time, and happy gaming. Till next time.
Oh my god, Jonathan Bridger gave a thumbs up.